Hello everybody, Ian Robson here, and welcome to another edition of the Newbie Farm. I can't see the sign from here. Oh well. Alright folks, as you can see we have a crop that is ready to be harvested. I just went through the cycles offline, or when I wasn't recording. And these are ready to go. Looks like our nutrients are okay. We're going to lose about 20%, it looks like, maybe. We'll see. Somewhere in that area at least, because our nitrogen went down again. No animals found. Well, isn't that just convenient? Anyways, so I did a couple things off camera. As you can see, I planted that field and it's ready to be harvested. So that's one thing I did off camera. And the other thing I did was I didn't buy anything. That's not true. I lied. I'm sorry. I actually bought a couple more cherry trees. So I increased our cherry orchard. So now we have another 5 here, and then we have another 2 over here. So I'm going to try and add another 3 right here. I could do that right now, actually. Could. So what I'll do is because of that I actually had to re-record the cherry course again, which is fine. So now he does all that, and he also stops. I added a couple, 3 extra stops right here. So I'm just going to see if see how that works out. Anyhow, so the first thing I'm going to do before I buy more trees is I need to rent a combine because we do not have one anymore. So last time we rented the Dawn, which was okay. I did pick up this. I should try this. I haven't tried it yet. So let's, what do we have here? Let's go for, what's the smallest one? This one's the smallest one. So let's get this guy right here, and it's 1,000. This is the problem because these ones, I like these ones a lot more. And what size of header can they use? I always forget. I think it's 7 and 7.6 and 9. Okay. 7.6 and 9, so we can use this one or this one. We're gonna go with this one, and that's only because the entrance to move around, it's gonna be difficult, let's say that, if I get the bigger header. Let's just hop around here. There we go. Perfect. Let's fire this guy up. So we do have, so far, from what it seems like at least, the cherry trees were a darn good choice on this farm, because basically what they've allowed us to do is they've allowed us to basically stay afloat the whole time. So I'm not a big fan of forestry, as many of you know. So this was kind of a way of getting around having to do forestry on this map. The way Roy made it was, see, that's the reason why I wanted to go for the slightly smaller header. The reason Roy definitely made this, or encouraged people to do forestry as a way of making money, because there's trees everywhere, right? And that was fairly obvious. So because of that, like I said, I'm not a big fan, so I didn't want to do forestry. So because of that, I found another means of making money, basically. Perfect. Okay, so we also need to be unloaded, so let's just rent a trailer that we can unload into. Soybeans. I don't think soybeans are super high yielding. I don't think so. Let's rent one of these. I don't know, I like these trailers. I use them a couple times now, and I'm like, they're pretty cool. It's funny because these trailers are actually cheaper than these ones. Go figure. We want to rent just for an hour, please. Thank you. And then we'll bring over the Kirovits there. And the Kirovits will be the one to unload us. So he's just chilling out here in the cow pasture, because I was checking out this to see how much longer it was till the calf's ready, and last time I checked, I think it's like 17 hours. So we'll have another cow in tomorrow, I guess, technically, in the game. So let's fire this guy up. 7 unload. There we go. This is good. We could theoretically as well, we could also use the trailer to sell some crop, because we do have a little bit of oats that's just chilling out there. But I think for now we'll just use it to you know, it's funny, with these dollar trailers I actually find it a bit easier to maneuver them with a articulated tractor. Oh no, oh no, that's terrible. Ah well, it should be fine. We'll set it on the unload course, and you should be able to unload up there anyway, so. Oops, that definitely is the wrong mode. And we'll set him up for the combine, because there's only really one of them. And he should unload into that right there. Actually, what we can do with this... Whoops. That didn't work out well. What we'll do is we will just unload it into this guy right here. Although this thing is really... You really have to get close to it. Like, look how close that is, and I'm still not close enough to it in order to unload into it. So you really have to be close. And this is the reason why I haven't shown this on camera, because look how close you really... It's like, you're almost just too close there. Ah, whatever. There we go. Perfect. Let's continue. Yeah, so this is I don't know, I really like these combine sets. The CR7 or the CR9, whatever you call it. This set is just a really nice set. Okay, so he is doing the last little set there. So he hasn't picked up any cherries, I'm not too worried about that. There we go. Not too worried about the fact that he hasn't picked up any cherries yet, but once it gets close to the end, I may add the last couple trees, and I think that's all the trees we need, because once we sell those cherries, we actually get quite a bit of money from it. A little bit more than I expected, to be honest with you. I also didn't expect cherries to be that profitable, but from the way it seems, they are fairly profitable, so this is good for us. Very good for us. Because it basically has kept us afloat. If we hadn't done that, it would have been a little bit more difficult. So I know Frito-Lay's, for example, he does a lot of forestry, so that's how he gets the money, like in the interim, so like in between the times when he's not nope, not yet. The times when he's not selling crops and whatnot, so that's where he gets his money from, but I don't do the forestry thing, so... One second, coffee break. Lovely coffee. So, yeah, that's what I'm actually kind of really pleased that kind of popped in my mind. I'm like, oh, we should probably try to get some cherry trees. I could have done apples trees. I technically like apples a lot better than I like cherries, but cherry trees were just a bit cheaper, so that's the reason why we went for cherry trees in the end, but whatever. Now technically, I don't necessarily need to be driving this, but I like combining, so I don't know why. It's one of those things I really enjoy in this game, so I tend to want to do it when I have the possibility. It's funny, even if I use the GPS mod and combine, I still enjoy it. Don't know why. It's one of those really strange things. So, a lot of guys actually, a lot of farmers these days, right now, are actually beginning to plant corn primarily. What's the date today? Today's May 8th, I guess. Oh yeah, that's true. I guess the Scandinavian DLC was just released the other day. I keep forgetting about that. By the time this goes live, I'll probably have the DLC already, but that's besides the fact. But yeah, it's a lot of farmers, so May 7th, they're getting out there and planting. I don't know how many are doing it, but it's been pretty good. Weather-wise in Ontario, it's been a very good spring. Like, I mean, this has been like one of the most ideal springs we've had in terms of weather. It's been crazy. I'm just gonna stop this guy so I can make this turn. Yeah, it's been like extremely good. So a lot of farmers, like I know my father-in-law, for example, he's been really happy with the weather. He's been like, this is like the best spring we've had in a long time. And it's true, we really haven't had a lot of very nice springs. Oh, did I just miss all that? Yes. I totally missed that VW bugs. Last couple trees, which I wanted to stop at. Oh well. There we go. That's what I was trying to get. Yeah, but he was really happy about the weather. I don't blame him, because this has been a really nice year for farmers. A lot nicer than it was last spring, for example. So hopefully it continues into the season and farmers get a good year this year. But we'll see. It's nice right now, but doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be nice for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. So, but that's always the way it goes. It's always one of those scenarios where it's nice right now, but not necessarily going to be nice tomorrow or the next day, or a month from now, sort of thing. So maybe we'll have a nice spring, but we'll have a terrible fall. So harvest season will be terrible. Who knows, right? So. When you're a farmer, you're always at the mercy of the weather, basically. And there's not a crazy amount you can do about it. Alright, let's turn this guy around. There we go, perfect. And let's do another pass right here. So we'll do 2 headlands this time. I think last time we only did 1 headland. It wasn't quite enough time. Or wasn't quite enough. I don't remember specifically, though. Start driver, there we go. That should be enough space for him now. Before he would have run into everything, so he should be fine though. I guess our VW van is coming back already. Yeah, it's funny, out of all the combines, this is one of my I just like this one. I don't know. Well, this whole series from that beta pack that was released a while ago, they're all fantastic. I really like them all. Okay, you do realize I have animals now. Excellent. It's strange. This is something I realized the other day. If I look, let me just show you my garage real quick. Not this guy, not this guy. This right here, that's actually milk. But, for whatever reason, it can't pick up the milk from the trigger point on this map, which I thought was a bit strange. So, I don't know why that's the case, but it was not able to pick it up. But according to that, that's definitely the milk icon, so it's a bit strange. I'm not sure the reason for that specifically, so I was wondering. I just couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this will. So I tried it off camera, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be able to pick up milk, but it wasn't able to. So it's a bit strange. Gonna stop the driver here. He's gonna get stuck on the fence. Yeah, it was one of those stranger things, so a little annoyed, but whatever. The trailer itself's not super expensive, so it's not really a bad thing for us. The other thing we could actually could theoretically do actually is we could get some sheep as well. So if any cherries fall on the ground, they can eat them. So at least we're not wasting the cherries, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that could be something we could do as well. Sheep aren't too expensive, luckily. So, or we could theoretically, we could also get another. You know what? What am I thinking of? We could get another one of those calf pens. There we go. Jeez. So, it's a possibility at least. But you can see you can tell it's me driving and not someone, and not the computer, right? Because that's what the lines look like. Oh goodness. So let me know. So by the time this goes live, it will have been a while, I'm sure. So let me know what you think about the Scandinavian DLC from Euro Truck. Are you guys excited for that? Are you not excited for that? Well, is it good, I guess is the question I should ask, not are you excited. Is it good or not? From what I've heard, it's been pretty solid. A lot of people say it's very nice, so it's good to hear that it's a solid release. SCS is it's pretty normal for them to do a good solid release like that, so If only all game developers did the same thing and released a good solid game. Not always the case, but is my pipe still on? Yes, it is good. It's not always the case, but you know, it'd be nice if it were the case. So that's the game. Actually, there's been a game I've been looking at, been eyeing a little bit there. That looks really cool. Actually, Project Cars has come out as well now. Now that I think about it as well, Project Cars is out now. Scandinavian DLC's out now. This other game I've been looking at is called Verdun, which is like a World War I shooting FPS type game, first-person shooter. But it's because it's based in World War I. Like the style of combat is really different than what you'd normally see. It's definitely not like Battlefield or Call of Duty sort of thing. It's very different. Like it's I was talking to one of the was commented on a video a while back by Polygon, which is a gaming website, and someone left a comment. I was just commenting on, why on earth are you here? I was just commenting on the fact that the game looks very solid, and the person was like, I've had this game since the beta, since the alpha release sort of thing. It's a very good game, but expect to die a lot. I don't know how you managed to get stuck here, Mr. Kirovitz, but we're gonna fix this, hopefully. There we go. But apparently that's the one thing he says, like, you know, expect to die a lot in the game because it's not. That's what World War I was like, right? So, and apparently it's the game is very historically accurate. So, if you're into first-person shooters and you like World War I style combat with older weapons and like not as many snipers, let's say maybe, it's supposed to be a pretty darn good game for that. So, I'm considering picking it up, but I already have Battlefield and Call of Duty, older versions, but it's very different gameplay. So that's the gameplay style is what I'm kind of curious about. So that's what I'd like to know about. Like, what's the actual gameplay style like, or how does it compare? I guess is the word I'm trying to say. I watched a video on it actually by Polygon, like I was saying, and the interesting thing is because you realize what World War I was actually like. One of the person, there were two people talking. One person asked the other one, like, "Did you find it fun?" Because in World War I, like, the scenario was not a very good scenario. So she basically asked, like, "Did you find it fun?" Given the fact that they're trying to be historically accurate, and he's like, "Well, yes, but like, you know, it's when you come to the realization of what actually happened during that time, it's like." Not necessarily the happiest time, let's just say that. So, yeah, it looks like a really nifty game. Visually, it looks gorgeous, and gameplay is a very different style of gameplay. And they actually reward you for playing as a team too, which is good because not all games do that. I think the only other game I can think of is CS. Counter-Strike is like that as well, and there's a couple other ones I can't think of. Really? You're gonna go right into that? Counter-Strike, and there's probably a couple other ones too. Oops. So yeah, it's that was an interesting game. I've seen a little bit of Project Cars, not much yet, but I'll have to watch some videos on that. I know Squirrel was pretty excited. Jammin000 was pretty excited as well. I'm sure a lot of other people were, but those are the two people that come to mind. I don't play a lot of driving games personally. Actually, another game that came out. Oh my goodness, there's quite a few games out. There's Dirt Rally, which is in beta, I think, right now. At this particular time, it's in beta, and it looks pretty darn cool. I believe it's by Codemasters, I think it is. Memory serves. So. It looks like a pretty cool game as well. I have Dirt 2, which is basically the similar type of game, but I really didn't like the whole Windows Live requirement thing. That was not fun. So I play it, but I only play it like very rarely because that little thing is very annoying. And also, like, if you just want to race, it's like it's not. You can't just click race sort of thing. So that bothers me a little bit. Ah well, c'est la vie. But yeah, there's quite a few games out. That usually happens though around this time of year, and when it gets close to the summer, you have your a few big releases. The Witcher 3 is coming out soon as well, which is supposed to be one of the most highly anticipated games of the year. And actually, now that I think about it, they're making one of their big platforms they were releasing on is GOG Galaxy, which is a competitor for Steam, which is going to be pretty darn cool actually. Alright, so this should be more than enough space. GOG Galaxy, which is a Steam competitor, like I said, so that's going to be pretty darn cool actually. So that's going to be a very interesting platform. So it's only in beta at the time of recording this. It's in beta, but I suspect that it will be out of beta in the future at some point. Not sure when exactly, but oops, that's totally the wrong button, Iain. There we go. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. It'll be interesting. Just stay there, Kirovitz. Don't get in my way. There we go. Is the Kirovitz going to be able to make that turn? No. Yes. No. Maybe. Maybe. Put on the differential locks. You'll save it, honestly. Also, interesting enough, oh, come on. Here we go. Interestingly enough, I know Sadis, he is working on some pathfinding stuff for Courseplay as well, which is going to be kind of interesting. So, they've already made a few changes to it, so I'm just going to stop the driver there. They've already made a few changes to it, to the pathfinding with Courseplay, so it's actually gotten a lot better. Well, over the years, let's say, it's gotten a lot better, and he's making some pretty big changes, it seems like. And the course generation is the biggest one that's the biggest thing that is being changed in the most up-to-date version. I don't know, I haven't tried any of the betas recently, only because I haven't really seen anything too crazy yet. Go around. There we go. Sheesh. I was gonna run right into me there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they come out with. So, is he gonna make the turn? Yes, he'll make the turn. But I'll be at the end of this by the time he even gets here. Oh well. One of these days we'll get a faster tractor. It's funny because when you rent mods, yeah, I guess when you rent vehicles, you get to have a wide variety of vehicles, so you get to see some funny things. Well, not funny things, but you get to try out some different tractors and whatnot and combines. So, like for example, the newest combine I picked up is this right here. I don't know how well it works, but it's meant for chaffing primarily, but it does a couple of other things. It does... This will cut the grass and lay it. I don't know if that actually turns it into chaff or not. Or no, it's not this one, is it? No, that only does... Yeah, that's grass. Wheat, barley, and grass. And then this one's for corn, obviously, and then this one is a pickup, so if you have it set up so it drops on the ground, you can use it as a pickup as well. And it's a cheaper version, and it's not a super expensive one, but I'll have to check it out first. I don't know how good it actually is, because often they're not very good. Hopefully we'll see some changes in that realm as well. Maybe Giants will release the appropriate information for modders to be able to make decent mods, so we'll see. Only time will tell, as per usual. I got Kirovitz really wants to stay out of the way, I guess. Jeez. Yeah, so as you can see, we do have a few cows, but they're not really producing a crazy amount of slurry yet, which is to be expected. I would have liked to have seen more, unfortunately, but the amount they're producing is a very small amount at this time. So once they start producing a little bit more, that's going to be nice, because then we can actually use that to, you know, we can actually use it to fertilizer fields. So technically, I think what's going to happen if I want to have enough slurry to fertilize the fields, the BGA extension is probably going to be our best bet. But that BGA is way, way far away. So if you look on the map, the BGA is right down by field 19. So we'd have to buy field 19, and I know that one's not cheap. I know it's not cheap, so we'll see. But our cherry trees are making us quite a bit of money. And the funny thing is, because of I guess the way the mod works, the actual value of the cherry trees doesn't go down, like the cherries themselves. It doesn't go down. So you always, let's just assume it's like $100 a liter. So you always get the same price. It doesn't appear to go down. Let's say that. It may in fact actually go down, but it's just not obvious. So there we go. Excellent. It's funny. I don't know if some people may remember me talking about this particular thing I'm going to refer to, but a Derek Spears design button box. So I was talking about that a long time ago, and because I was like all intrigued by it. I'm still intrigued by it. I think it's pretty cool. Anyhow, the interesting thing was I was curious as to whether it would actually work with Farm Sim. With Eurotruck, I know it works, but with Farm Sim, not always the case. So, like for example, all the buttons on the G27 aren't recognized by Farm Sim, unless I think you have to use macros, I think, for that to work properly. So it's I like the idea of the button box, but unfortunately I don't think I don't think it would be all the buttons would be recognized by Farm Sim, which would make me a little sad. But it will be by American Truck Sim whenever that comes out, and Eurotruck it already does so. Just a thought. I don't know. It makes me a bit sad. But like, I know someone who has Farm Sim and has the button box I'm referring to, but I don't. He has not tried to use it specifically, so I don't know if it. I'm not sure if it works or not. And I don't think. I'm not sure. He's a busy guy, so I don't know if he'll go out of his way to test it out. And he's a Eurotruck guy, not a Farm Sim guy, so. Anyhow. Alright folks, I think we'll stop it there for now. I will empty this combine out first, I think. Look at that. Love it when things work. I think what's going to happen is that trailer is going to be full before I finish harvesting this field. I suspect. 99, 100. There we go. But I do like, that's the Ego Rendazzo trailer. I do like those ones. Alright folks, that'll be it for me for today. My name's Iain Robson. This has been another episode of The Newbie Farm. My name's Iain Robson again, because I've just said it. I don't know why. I'll catch you guys later.